Hello, everybody, and welcome to TrueCar's Industry Insider. I am Matt Jones, and before anything, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your day. A sincere thank you for taking the time to hang out with us and join this conversation. Industry Insider is a show that we launched here at TrueCar about a year ago, and the goal of the show is to bring on some of the industry's best and brightest minds, and we're going to discuss the state of automotive. We're going to talk about what was, what is, what the future is, share tips and techniques, and data so we can all just get a little bit better. Now, as you know, May is Military Appreciation Month. And as you may also know, serving military members is something that TrueCar holds near and dear. It's an honor, it's a responsibility, and it's something that we don't take lightly. So we are super duper proud that we are bringing you this very special military edition, Military Appreciation Month edition of Industry Insider. Guys, I can't even tell you how excited I am for our guest today. We have with us retired Colonel Clay Stackhouse, and he is the Regional Outreach Manager for Navy Federal Credit Union. And before we bring him on, I actually have one more surprise. Today, we're also going to be joined by our very own Senior Vice President of Major Accounts and Military Strategy. That's Mr. David Green, who has also served in the Marine Corps. So I'm going to bring on Mr. Green right now. Hey, David.
Hey, Matt. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Oh, I am so good. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you so much for joining the show today. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you and to work with you, Mr. Green.
No, hey, it's a pleasure to be here, Matt. Thanks for the invite. As you said, Military Appreciation Month. We're right in the middle of it. We've got a tremendous holiday coming up on us here at the end of the month. So it's just a wonderful time to speak to our military community, our new partner that's our special guest today. And then obviously at the end of the month, reflect on those who made the ultimate sacrifice. So thanks for having me, Matt. It's an honor to be with you.
Oh, and thank you. And today we are going to be talking about, as you said, David, the conversation that's on all of our minds, especially in May. How do we serve military members? You know, of course, we're going to discuss the partnership between Navy Federal and TrueCar, best ways to serve military shoppers, and how individuals and businesses can support the military. So, as we mentioned, we have Colonel Clay Stackhouse about to join us, and I want to give you a little bit of introduction, and hopefully I won't hog it, David, because I know you got a couple things you want to say about him as well. But like I said, he is the Regional Outreach Manager at Navy Federal. He served in the Marines for 25 years and has been a Navy Federal member for more than 30 years. And he has a passion, and he is very passionate about interacting with military families on all things that are finance related.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. He's had a tremendous career, even post-military, and with the work that he does. And I'm looking forward to everybody hearing what he does do for Navy Federal and helps, continue to support our men and women in uniform. And, just his military background in the Corps is just phenomenal. As you mentioned, 25 years, retired as a full bird colonel. He was a combat helicopter pilot. Matt, he toured in 34 different countries. He's done 5 combat and contingency deployments in Eastern Europe, Africa, and in Iraq. And then one of the ultimate honors, for a helicopter pilot, he was also designated to be a pilot for Marine One, which obviously transports some of our top diplomats, including the president. And he was a military liaison officer too. So just a tremendous career. It's a lifetime of service, and again, he continues to serve in his role at Navy Federal Credit Union. So we're super excited to have Colonel Stackhouse on with us today.
And you know what? With that, let's bring on Colonel Stackhouse.
Cool. Sounds good.
Hello, guys. Thank you for the kind introduction. I am tickled to death to be here. I listened to the introduction. I think, oh my gosh, I have to think of something better to say. But at the end of the day, look, it's May. It's May at Navy Federal, and that's Military Appreciation Month. So just above and beyond everything else, all intros aside, I want to really reach out and thank you for inviting me in talking about this partnership that we have. Because at the end of the day, what we're doing is helping military veterans and their families. And at Navy Federal, that's what we do. You listed the list of accomplishments and everything, and that was great being in the Marine Corps. I really enjoyed it. We've been yucking it up beforehand, getting to know each other and talking about David, as you know, a Marine, Matt, a firefighter, but all those adventurous things that we've done in our life, that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm done chasing bad guys, and now I'm helping good guys. That's what we're doing here. And good guys, in my opinion, are the military veterans and their families. And we've partnered with obviously TrueCar, Hired Heroes, Operation Homefront, when organizations like y'all reach out to us and say, we want to talk about this, it's just my honor to be with you today. And I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
We're glad you're here, Colonel. And again, I'd be remiss if as a Marine, if I didn't give you, of course, the Semper Fi. So I'm glad to have you.
But now we love all the branches. This is
we take all.
Good.
Colonel, thank you for your time, and sincerely thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. I mean, I think we're going to cover a lot of topics that are automotive and some that are not automotive, but I think this is just going to be a great conversation for all of us. So,
yeah.
So now we're all here. We all know each other. I want to ask a question to Colonel, if I may, for some of the folks on the call who may not be quite as familiar with this, because I have to admit at one point I was not familiar. So before we jump off with anything, what is the difference between a credit union and a traditional bank?
So that is fundamental. You're right. That's a credit union. A bunch of financially like-minded people pool their resources, right? Now, I'll just say that banks are in business to make money. All right. We're not a bank. We're a credit union. So in 1933, some Navy officers got together and started pooling their resources. And we exist for our members. Our members are shareholders, right? So if you're in any credit union, you probably know that teachers' credit unions, police agencies have credit unions. That's those people pooling their resources to yield products and services. Now, Navy Federal, we're the largest credit union in the world. I mean, we have over 10 million members now. We're international, and we're serving, like I alluded to, the good guys before, we're serving the military, veterans, and their families. So, it's our saying is that the members are the mission. And that's more than just a saying. That's why we get up in the morning, to ensure the financial readiness of those people who we think so highly of. Basically, it's a financial family.
Well, that's great to hear, Colonel. If you don't mind, and I know that you obviously work with like delayed entry program military members that are waiting to go into service, and then obviously while they're in, and then post service, with Navy Federal. So what kind of work do you do as it relates to their personal finances?
Right. So my first real job, when I stopped chasing bad guys, right, it was 2015. I got out of the Marine Corps. I looked at my lovely and talented bride at that point of 24 years, and I was, my goodness, what are we going to do? And I found it needed to be something rewarding for me. I mean, guys like us who we talked before, David and Matt, about just there needs to be something more for a guy like me. And what I do in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana is I go talk to people. I'm a certified financial education instructor. And I talk to people about Navy Federal, but basically about their finances. I say people. I talk to military veterans and their families. That's our field of membership. Over the weekend, I talked to a Alabama National Guard unit who had just gotten back from Afghanistan. And it's just little things I'm able to help these families are who they are, and they're me, actually. Honestly, as I've done this job, I've found that even I went up through the officer ranks and became a colonel, and then when I got out and I started actually studying this and learning from Navy Federal what you can do financially, we have free financial advice at Navy Federal, which is Navy Federal Financial Group. They're salaried, so they'll just look at your finances and help you. I'm doing things differently now than I did when I was in the Marine Corps. And when I'm able to do that with people and reach out to them and say, what if we just move this over here? Have you thought of doing this? What are we thinking about education? And there's basic things. How much car can you actually avoid? I mean, see, I said avoid because so many times, especially a young guy wants that big muscle car. It's going to cost them 55 grand. And look, I want to help y'all sell cars, and we want to have car loans and everything. But that alludes back to who we are as Navy Federal, because I want to get them in the right car. I want to make sure it's something that they can afford. So the car buying process that we have linked with TrueCar, I think, is something that's really going to take off. We're looking forward to it.
No, that's great. Yeah, and we're super excited about the partnership, Colonel, as you know, and as a prior retailer, that kind of guidance, comes in handy, because oftentimes you have folks, military or unrelated, that come in and, may have one particular thought in mind as far as a vehicle, but the budget may say otherwise, and you're trying to steer that person to the right vehicle based on the situations is always sometimes a challenge at the store level. So getting that ahead of that with guys like you and the other teammates at Navy Federal Credit Union to put them on the right car, so to speak, to begin with, and then we'll send them to our dealer partners. It's just a better experience for everyone involved. So that's great that you guys do that.
Yeah. You go on NavyFederal.org. You can just put the car buying process in the ticker. It will lead you to the 1-888 number. It's super easy, and it's in just real terms. Just call us and talk to us about it, and we'll help you. But I think that with regard to everything that I'm doing at Navy Federal, so I've been out of my beloved Corps for 6 years. I mean, I'm a civilian guy now. It's my family may argue with that a little bit because of the way I conduct myself, may always be a Marine, but I'm into to facilitating this financial education for those people who I think so highly of. So yeah, I find it rewarding.
Yeah, I'm sure those old habits haven't gone away, especially after 6 years. They probably won't go away after 60 years. So you're not sleeping until noon on Saturdays, I'm assuming, right, Colonel?
No, and neither do my children. That's a whole different thing. They get daddy fasting them in the morning.
Yeah, I fight
now,
that battle.
They're almost
daily.
done with high school.
Yeah, 5 a.m. is, I think,
welcome.
the time that everybody should wake up.
Look, David, I wake up at 5 a.m. because I was fighting traffic. But if I wasn't fighting traffic, now that we're working at home, I haven't woke up at 5 a.m. And how about 6? Would 6 be all right?
Yeah, you got it. 5, you're capitalized. You got another productive hour in the day, and somebody has to pick up the rooster, for the rest of the people. So that's what military folks do. So
I love this. I love this.
Colonel, you referenced the auto buying program. And then again, our relationship, we're super excited to have that. We've launched with Navy Federal Credit Union here at TrueCar, like middle toward the late March, and we're continuing to scale. What is the partnership as far as auto buying part of the offering for your members? What does it mean to you, and how does the future look as we continue to grow this business and provide the consumers and members of Navy Federal and our dealers with more opportunities to do business together?
Right, David. So that's a great question because it's fundamental, right, to what we do. We call it muscle memory back in the service. If this is just fundamental, what you do is to help your members financially, right? With Best Careers After Service, we were helping them to find careers. Best Cities After Service, we're helping veterans find places to live. With Operation Homefront, when we partner with an organization like yours, the fundamental end state is to help our members, those military veterans and families, right? So end state for me, why am I so excited? I think we're going to smooth out the process for them to get them in a good car at the right price. That's what I think. And Navy Federal, I mean, you can get on Navy Federal, you can call, you can get online and get with Navy Federal, and within the hour, often you're approved for a loan because you're a member at Navy Federal. So just smoothing out the process, and then again with the discussion about whether it's the right car, the right finances, things like that. All of those at the end of the day go back to helping the good guys. So it's just what we do. I love that it's May, right? So it's Military Appreciation Month. For TrueCar, and I appreciate it. I love talking to y'all. Hey, look, guys, every day is Military Appreciation Day.
That's right. That's what you nailed it right there.
Every day.
That's what we do. It's just what we do. So when an organization like y'all, service-minded guys, reach out to me and say, hey, you want to talk about this program we got going? We are more than happy. As a matter of fact, think about it, less than 1% of the American people, our population is in the military, right? So if you think about that, but because we're so big, about 250,000 people a year transition out of the military. Those are veterans, right? Those are veterans who want to know where to live. I actually went and got myself a retirement vehicle. Not going to tell you what it was because my daughter bent it up the other day, but people, they get out and they have these financial wants and needs. So that's in 4 years, there's 1 million people transitioning out of the military, right? We're the largest, the greatest military in the history of the world. There's no reason you wouldn't want to grab onto this and help these people. So, answer to your question, what I see is our members who I love, that's why I get up in the morning to help them financially, are going to get good automobiles at a good price with the right financing through us. That's what we're looking for. Everybody wins.
Perfect. That lines up with us, and then to even add on there, a big part of that with our certified dealer network, which are the best of the dealers in there, is just a wonderful world-class buying experience. So I know our dealers, they love the military members, and working with them. We have a lot of veterans, obviously, in the automotive retail industry, and they're really looking forward to getting more opportunities to speak with Navy Federal credit union members. So it works out really well.
And
let's do it.
What's also great, is that over the, our military partners, our dealer partners, over the past decade or so, we have helped connect over 2 million military buyers with our dealer partners. And so the people that this connection is going to be sending them to at the dealership, they know these folks. They know how to treat them. They know how to make sure they get exceptional service. And so I think this looks like a win-win from every position. We can make sure that we're arming folks with the right financial intelligence. We can make sure that we're getting them the right kind of deals. And just as importantly, we're also connecting them at point of transaction with a group of folks that's going out of their way to make sure that these military members and their families get the respect and the service that they deserve. So with that, I want to switch gears for a second, if I can. When we're talking about buying cars and all that, so what are some of the best practices when it comes to, like, pretend you're talking to me and I'm selling a car at a dealership, and I'm about to sell a car to Colonel Stackhouse or retired David Green. What would be some of the best practices that you think that I should need to know if I were to be the one serving one of your members? And I'll start with you, David.
Oh, sure. Well, the first thing is just make sure that the deal is buttoned up. These folks, again, transitioning out, whether they're still in or previously served, there's just a certain expectation, and our dealers have the opportunity to not only meet them but exceed those expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So by thoroughly reading it, the lead when it comes into your CRM, folks like Colonel Stackhouse here, again, if you notice, we've been referring to him by his rank, although he's retired. It's been about 6 years. I'm sure any military related organization has it referred to Colonel Stackhouse as Clay. He is used to getting Colonel Stackhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I am too, with my rank on my side and dealing with other military organizations. So by addressing the Navy Federal Credit Union member by rank, if you're able to, just kind of carries that transition, that trust right over to you as an automotive retailer. Being transparent, providing them all the information that they need to be successful. And then we really encourage our dealers to have, obviously, veterans in the store, be handling these opportunities when they come in. And these folks, senior managers would be preferred as you go to confirm these appointments. You may want to even use military time, which is something that Clay and I are accustomed to. And again, that strengthens that military buy-in. And then have everything complete and ready to go when they get to the store. Have the vehicle pulled out of the line. Make sure that it starts. It has enough gas. It's not on with inventory levels at this point. This isn't much of a problem these days, but it will be when we go back. Sometimes there's storage lots, or it might be on the back lot, 3 cars behind 2 others. And so having that car ready to go. Having them identified if they have a digital appointment board and even a hang tag on the car to identify them. So being greeted on, they will be on time for that VIP appointment, and then having that expectations met can really, really make things just a wonderful experience. And then Clay, I don't know if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I do. I love that question, Matt, because I would answer it very viscerally. And please always feel comfortable to call me Clay at any time. I do enjoy being called Colonel, but I'm Clay for anybody. I want everybody to be comfortable. But let me share with you how I feel about when you're dealing with these members. And it's the same way I felt about leading my Marines. I'm a guy who's been shot at a fair amount. It gets personal for me. These people are my family, right? These are our members. Our mission, and we're serious about this. We're serious about the partnership. So when you do get with them, of course, it's going to be a business transaction, but treat them the way you would a member of your family, because that's what they are to me.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Yep, it's a great way to state that.
Yeah, that's it's one of the as populations evolve, and we've all been in business for a long time. I think about this new generation, this new crop of people who are coming into the car dealership, like people like my son's age, who's 25, and they don't necessarily have some of the negative connotations that people prior to them had. They are looking for that softer touch. They want that hold. They want to be treated like family, because that's that new environment that we're looking in. So I really, really love that you said that, because I think it's appropriate for everybody, but especially for, some of these folks who are coming out of the military right now. Not only is it the right thing to do, we all want to treat people with respect, but also not only do they deserve it, but that's what in some cases these folks are accustomed to. And so I wanted to also switch gears again one more time, if I can, with you two folks. All right.
It's your show, Matt. You can run any way you want to.
So let's not talk about cars for a second. Let's talk about something that's bigger than cars, if we can. We want to talk about giving back. We want to talk about being philanthropic. We want to talk about doing the right thing. What can an individual or business do? And I know I got the right guys on the show to talk about this question. What can an individual or business do to support the military? And again, I want to start with Mr. David Green.
Sure. No, thanks, Matt. It's there's so many things that you can do. As a retailer, I've partnered with several different organizations, especially in the month of May for the obvious military reasons, and Memorial Day, and then also in November. But we did things throughout. There's a lot of wonderful dealers, our partners out there, that are doing that as well. There's organizations that really help, to Colonel Stackhouse's point earlier, of transitioning people that are coming out of the military into the civilian world to help prepare them. Organizations like Team RWB, which is red, white, and blue, also run by a retired lieutenant colonel who's founded that organization. I've been a member for 10 plus years. There's a way, and there's so many other wonderful organizations out there. And a lot of it is, if you want to give to those causes, whether you give financially, or just as important, give your time. There's organizations that help men and women in uniform transition, whether it's financially, looking for career opportunities. There's a lot of our manufacturer partners have a Hire Heroes program. TrueCar, we're working on our own TrueCar Career Connect, which we're going to be covering that throughout our company actually next Wednesday, and kind of the plans for that, which is going to be a wonderful service on placing transitioning veterans that are looking for opportunities and to grow their career. Because a lot of these folks, they're MOS, their military occupational specialty. That's military speak for job. Doesn't translate into the civilian world. And so, the automotive industry is just such a wonderful place. It's been wonderful for me and my family. I started selling cars the day after I got out of my 4-year commitment to the Corps, and it's just been a wonderful opportunity for me, and it's a great career. But there's so many opportunities in this industry for wonderful people, and dealers are always looking, for the best people. So, helping them through that process, whether it's partnering with, other organizations like I mentioned. And then a lot of times, you can even do things at the store level for drives. At Christmas times, a lot of our dealer partners will, provide maybe for a military family that may be struggling, to provide some presents for their kids. There's just so many different ways. And the great thing, there's not a shortage of opportunity out there, Matt. There's also not a shortage of wonderful organizations, like Navy Federal Credit Union that you can partner with. So I know that Colonel Navy Federal Credit Union, obviously, besides the financial part of it and assisting with decisions for these military members, you also do a lot of things outside of that as well. Would you mind sharing a little bit about what you guys do?
Yeah, so we're right in the 10 ring of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So I think you guys, kudos to you all, because you've done it. You've reached out to us, right? You talked about Hire Heroes, Operation Homefront reaches out to us. There's any number of things our individual branches do in the communities. The individual branch managers are tasked with reaching out to the community. So, down to the lowest level, like you did in the Marine Corps, right? It's just fundamental in the fabric of Navy Federal to reach out to the community, especially the military community. So, yeah, usually people are reaching out to us, but when we're near bases, and actually, I was the Grand Marshal at the Veterans Day Parade here, kind of as the Colonel and kind of as Navy Federal as well. But it's just it's what we do, day in and day out. So the members are the mission, and that's why we exist. But it's a lot of fun.
I love it. I think what happens sometimes when people talk about being philanthropic or what they can do to give back, they think of these huge, overarching, like, how can I do this? I don't have, super deep pockets right now. I want to give, but I just may not be financially able, or my company doesn't have unlimited resources to do this. So I love how both of you throughout there said, especially what you said, Mr. Green, about your time. You know, giving back doesn't have to be in the form of money all the time. It could be, and it could just be in time and effort and thought and caring. I know that some of the people on the show or some of the people on the call who are watching us now work for companies that will match donations. And this is not a humble brag about our company, but our company is matching our charitable donations up to $250 per year. Perhaps your company does that. So you can throw in something and have your company add in a little bit of leverage. As David had alluded to, there's Team RWB, there's of course Navy Federal and their outfits that they're supporting as well. There are lots of ways and so our hope is that if you're feeling motivated and if you're feeling inspired after this conversation, that you take some sort of action, that you do something, that you reach out to us here at TrueCar. We can help to connect you some charitable organizations. Reach out to the Navy Federal; they can help you. And that's just what's important, is that as we get ready to wrap up the month, and as David alluded to earlier, we've got Memorial Day to really give us some reflection coming up in the next couple of days. We'd really like to drive some people to just take action and be a little bit more charitable this May, if you can. And so sorry for all that, but that's just super near and dear to my heart. I did not serve in the military, but I do have military members in my family. I've seen the impact that the military has created for them. I've seen the sacrifices that people make, time away from family, and I've also seen how it's helped grow my family. So I'm very passionate about supporting the military myself, although I did not serve myself. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. We're coming up on time, so we got about 2 or 3 minutes to wrap up. So I want to give both of you guys just a couple moments to really, we could just talk as a couple guys, and I haven't had a chance to say how happy I am for the Navy Federal partnership that launched back in March. I am so excited when I learned in the scope of Navy Federal. I'm almost a little embarrassed to admit this, that prior to our partnership, I did not realize that you were the largest credit union on earth. I did not understand that you had upwards of 10 million members and over 300 branches. I didn't know. And as I began to learn more and more about the organization, my excitement just grew, along with the dealer partners that we have, and of course, along here with everybody at TrueCar. So I want to give a sincere thank you to you, Colonel Clay, and everybody at Navy Federal for joining us in this.
What, Matt? I have a talking about Navy Federal being huge and all around. When I was toward the end of my Marine Corps career, they sent me to the country of Djibouti, Africa, on the Horn of Africa. I had to do an investigation there. It was toward the end of my tour. I got out of the plane. I was sifting out, and I looked up, and I was surprised to see a French Foreign Legionnaire there and all his gear and everything. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's a French Foreign Legion post in Djibouti, Africa. You know what else is there, guys? A Navy Federal Credit Union is in Djibouti.
That's awesome. Of course.
At Camp Lemonnier. So yes, we are all over the world, and we're excited to serve everyone. As a matter of fact, we are donating, I think it's $5 per service year. If you get on our all of our social media and take a picture of someone, a family or loved one, with a number of how long they served, we'll donate $5 to Operation Homefront and enter you to maybe win $1,000 if it's the best picture. So you're right. Time is one way. Take a picture with somebody you love who served in the military. Just keep us in mind all the time is the most important thing, is what I'd say.
No, that's perfect. Thank you, Colonel. And again, you guys do wonderful work. I love that program that you're running in there. So we'll continue to broadcast that, internally and externally. And yeah, for me, Matt, I just want to thank obviously all the employees of TrueCar and Navy Federal Credit Union for all their work in putting this partnership together. And then to all our certified dealers, the best is yet to come. And again, we launched our partnership just a couple months ago. We're going to really, really lean in this summer and continue to scale. So more opportunities to help these wonderful military members and their families to be coming to do showrooms near you very, very soon.
Guys, I don't think that we could end it on a better note. I told everybody that I was going to be prompt that I was going to respect their time. We're at 29 minutes and 45 seconds, so we got
Maybe
15
you were in the military, Matt. I don't know.
Yeah, you're our kind of guy, Matt.
Wanted to stay right on target. We want to stay right on target, but a sincere thank you, Colonel Clay, a sincere thank you, David. You know that we all love this, and this is just one of those great things that right now that we can all get behind. We all feel good about because everybody knows that this is the right thing to do. So we're right here. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Industry Insider. We look forward to following up with you, and we hope you have a fantastic May. Make sure you're appreciating your military and have a wonderful and reflective Memorial Day in the next few days. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks, Colonel. Semper Fi, brother.